Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a special topic to talk about. So this video is dedicated to the youth. And today I was sitting down and writing a message like what would I say to my younger self. And I know there's many people out there who are where I used to be and most probably need to hear something like that. This is for you, my friend. Doesn't matter where you are, I feel you, I know what you're going through. I think we all have been through something similar as you're going through on different levels. But when I was there, I had no one to say these words to me. So back then I didn't decide consciously, but I knew deep inside that one day I will be a messenger for those who need to hear what I needed to hear back then. When I was dealing with depression because I didn't feel accepted, I felt different one, I felt the odd one. I was always more sensitive, I was always really creative. And of course, creative people are more sensitive. That's how we sense the ideas that most people don't. And doesn't matter what is the thing that you may feel right now. It's always important to know that what you feel is real. What you feel deep inside is real. But emotions, those are byproducts of what you're focusing on. Depression is real, but staying there is always a choice. Sadness, it's all real. It's a chemistry in the body, but staying there is always a choice. And there's many things I want to say to you that helped me along my journey and will help you if you will stay true to it. And I'm making this video because I'm seeing younger generations, and yesterday I had 2 big meetings. Both of them are owning their own companies and they've been employing many younger people now, and they've noticed the same patterns. Like they come, they are there a few days and they disappear. I think when I was searching my first job, I had a sense of honor and respect for people who offered me a job. And I wouldn't just disappear and ignore emails. I would try to be as honest as possible with them and say, hey, I don't like it, or it's not for me. They're saying they don't even write hello, goodbye. This, general sense of ethics when it comes to our expression. And when I was writing this message to my younger self, I wrote, learn communication skills, learn social skills. This is the first thing, because when we learn to communicate, we can resolve problems, right? We can express ourselves, we can express how we feel, and we can easily get to the point of any situation and eventually also meet the intentional goal, whatever it is that we're aiming towards. If we don't have social skills and communication skills, life will always be hard because we'll think that people don't understand us. And that's how I felt back in my past, because I had no idea how to express my emotions back at that time. I had no idea why I feel the way I feel. And I felt my parents don't understand me. And I had no idea how to communicate that. So later in life, when I've started reading more about the psychological background that, to understand why I feel the way I feel, why I think the way I feel, it helped me to see myself in a different light. So to all of you younger people, I want to encourage you to train yourself to build up social skills. It will help you so much because together we are stronger. And we can't come together if we don't know how to communicate. That was the first thing I've learned. So study communication, study expression, study emotional intelligence. It will help you so much. And maybe you don't know what it all means. Look for it and you will find the answers. Then the second thing that I wrote to my younger self was that everything you want will come true. Everything you want will come true because it did. Most of the things. Maybe not everything, but most of the things I wanted came true. But because I didn't stop on searching for options, never lower your standards for the expectations of society, my friend. Never lower your standards for the expectations of society. If you want something, you will get it because you will keep up looking for potential options to get it, but never lose yourself in getting it. You will lose yourself. We all did because that's the process of building something up, right? So also don't be afraid of losing yourself. It's a natural process. Only when we lose ourselves, we can go on a journey of finding ourselves once again. That's why many people who became really rich and powerful, they've started looking for bigger answers like what's my purpose, what life is all about. So don't be afraid to go through all of this. But always remember to never lower your standards for the expectations of society, especially your parents. They will say to you all kinds of things. Look, if you are aiming towards being a millionaire and solving many problems in the world, go for it. If you're aiming towards being an artist, even though maybe no one in your family was, that's my story, go for it. You will find a way. It will not be easy, it will not be all beautiful and joyful, but go for it. It's all about challenges, and challenges are exciting. So go for it. Everything you want, or most of the things you want, will happen, but not how you expect it to be. They will happen in different ways, at different times that you would like, in different forms, through different relationships, but eventually it will all happen. Then another thing that I wrote down is that you are already enough. And because of social media, and many of you have been raised on social media, social media is fake and you don't see real people there. You see personas, you see some people who are real, but most of them are not. You are already enough. And it means that because of social media and because of expectations from others, also your parents, you've been pulled away from your nature. In entrepreneurship, they say follow the money. And I always say, follow your nature, follow your inner nature. There's a natural state you experience here and there. It's a state where you experience a sense of peace, a sense of harmony, a sense of being okay with who you are. When you actually accept yourself for who you are, this is your nature. When you learn to be in that state, you will recognize that there's power in this state. In this state, when you're the most relaxed, you recognize your talents, you recognize your natural skills. Those are the skills you don't need to build, they came with you. Sure, you need to build them and you need to make something out of them, but firstly, you need to discover them. I've discovered for myself that I'm a very creative person by nature. I was always like that. As a little kid, I was drawing all the time. To me, it was natural to draw something like a tree or a car. It was always natural. Until I got myself in school, I thought everybody is like that. And then I've recognized, well, and one of the few ones that can actually draw and make shadows and understand the nature of light and things like that. But that's how we all discover parts of ourselves. And I want to say to you that there is your inner nature. This is your essence, and it will always stay there. This is what doesn't die. And everything else is fleeting except your nature. Everything else is fleeting. And eventually you will understand all of that. And once you will recognize that you are already enough. That you never needed to pretend yourself to do something, to be someone that doesn't feel right. Actually, when you stop pretending to be something that doesn't feel right, you will find your greatest strength. And for many of you, it may be already natural. For many of you, it may be something really hard to do. But no, when you stop pretending to be something that doesn't feel right, to be someone that doesn't feel right, you will discover how incredible you already are. But that will cause in your life to change your relationships. Because of your pretending, you've attracted towards yourself certain relationships that actually don't align with your values. They don't align with maybe your principles that you will develop through your life. And because of that, you will let go of this kind of people. Those are not real friends. Those are just people that are surrounding you so you would not be bored and you would not feel lonely. But it's much better to feel lonely than to be surrounded with people who don't know who you are. So you need to go also through the process of loneliness and understand that loneliness is completely fine. Loneliness is a phase in our lives when we find ourselves being alone to recognize who we truly are and what we want to do with our lives. So it's completely okay to feel that. Some people are feeling it all their lives because they never went deeper than what loneliness is. But loneliness is like an invitation to meet your soul. And if you don't question this part of you, you will stay there. But because you're growing up in a time where you have more tools than anybody else, any generation before, you're kind of blessed with information, like psychological tools. You can find many great meditations, many great tools for introspection, like questioning your belief systems and asking yourself what truly matters to you and why. Why does it matter to me? Is it because I saw it on social media, or is it because I want to live my life to the fullest? Not just materialistically, which is all fine by that. If you want to have a Bugatti, go for it. But always remember that life is all about an experience. You're experimenting with different experiences. And make sure that all the experiments that you're working on will benefit your growth. If they will, try everything you feel drawn to. But you also need to understand the consequences of your trying, right? Something may hurt you, something may destroy you. So always understand the law of cause and effect. Because you will soon learn that everything you do echoes into your future. So whatever you're doing today will be visible in your future. So if you're doing something destructive today, you will be hurting in your future. And that can remind you to do something meaningful today if you want to have a rich future, if you want to have a healthy and abundant and loving future. Then another thing I wrote down for my younger self is that for the rest of your life, you will be learning how to love. So start today if you want to avoid pains caused by your emotional immaturity. Sure, by this age, you can't be or expect from yourself to be emotionally mature, but study love. It's the deepest and most mystical force of this universe, and it will teach you how to be more human, how to be a better version of yourself. Most of us don't know what love is until we experience it. Like when we listen a song that inspires us and we feel something we've never felt before, right? We don't think about it, we just experience it. Or when we are watching a movie and we experience a scene, or it just gets us into a state of awe, right? And we relate to it because we know this is something truly powerful. Or we meet this special person and we experience a connection we've never experienced before. That's all love. But it's a mystical force that connects us all. And the source of it is within you. And through different trials of errors, you're finding it. That's why more you're researching it, more you become familiar with it. If you're not researching it, your behaviors will be reflecting what's the most familiar to you from your environment. So you'll not go past by what you've learned from your parents, from your ancestors, from anyone who taught you how to love, how to express love. And maybe right now it doesn't feel this to be so important or whatever, but it's the foundation of all relationships. It's the foundation of any work we're doing, right? In the book The Prophet, there's a saying, work is love made visible. So if you don't know what love is, we can't find something we truly love to do. So when we find something we love to do, we get more familiar with love. And when you start doing more of what truly feels right, what you've fallen in love with, you will want to do more of it naturally. And then just expand it into relationships, into anything you do, into those who hurt you. Can you find a way of loving expression for them instead of anger? Because there's always a way to be a better version of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with anger. There's nothing wrong with any emotion. Use them as a fuel, but not on people. Use them where they can help you. Anger can make you a good runner. Anger can help you in your gym to do a good workout. And it can also help you to experience a breakthrough where you feel stuck. Like if certain patterns are repeating in your relationships, use anger and express yourself what bothers you. But not because you don't know how to release it, because you want to move on. So it's all about intention behind what you're doing. And know, my friend, that wherever you are, is where you're meant to be. Wherever you are is where you're meant to be. You're in a phase of massive learning in order to become who you are truly intending to be. And maybe right now, you're not thinking about who you want to be. I want to encourage you to have a vision of who you can be. And may it be created through your incredible imagination, not through your practical mind, through your imagination. Use your imagination to create a vision for your future and then become pragmatic around it. So you can find a way to get there. But even when you don't know how to get there, the way will appear, the path will appear, and the right people will come to you. It's again the mystical part of life where the dots connect only for you to experience what you always wanted. But it can only happen if you unlimit yourself. Like older people will say to you, hey, it's not, possible. Nobody's done that before. Don't trust them. There's a wise saying that says, hard things can be done in one day. Impossible things can be done in 1 week. Because impossible is only something nobody has done before, but as soon as somebody do it, the next week there will be many other people that will do something similar. It's just how much we learn to expand ourselves, to stretch ourselves. So never forget that life is all about stretching yourself until you become so flexible that you start to believe that everything is possible for you. And it all starts usually in a state of depression. Because in a state of depression, we recognize that what we've been told is not real. And because we don't know where to find the answers, we feel stuck. But at the same time, we only feel stuck. So from that feeling of stuckness, we would become inspired to start looking for new options, for new ways, for a bigger dream, for a new life. So it's completely okay where you are, and always know that what you're doing today, you're doing for your future self. So do something that your future self will be proud of. My friend, I hope you found great value in today's video. I'm wishing you all a beautiful journey. Stay tuned to more videos. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our Instagram page, AttractPassion, where I'm sharing daily messages, reminders to elevate your spirit a little bit. And my other Instagram page, I Draw My Passion, where you can find my art gallery. To anyone who would love to support my art, go and check out our Etsy store, I Draw My Passion. The link is in the description of this video. Thank you so much, my friends, and till next time, one love.